Hey everybody, just want to check in with y'all. I rode up here with my daddy right quick to drop his truck off. He's actually going to work for me now, and the company that he was working for didn't treat him that good. I know you can't hardly see me, but it's dark. But anyway, as we're, well, it's a little bit better. As we're waiting for our Uber, I want to tell you some things about Big GExpress. Going the extra mile. Anyway, I rode with him up here because we got to catch a bus, a Greyhound, to go pick up my truck, which a driver abandoned in Tulsa, Oklahoma. So anyway, while we're waiting for the Uber, they cut the card off. We live in South Georgia, so what they told him in orientation when they hired him was about 2 years ago. I mean, he's been working for this company for years now. Big GExpress out of Shelbyville, Tennessee. Anyway, the thing was if you was to quit, do not quit up under a load. I get that. I don't care how bad they aggravate you or excuse my language, piss you off. You don't quit up under a load. That follows you. Bring the truck back. Do not abandon it. I get that too. You know, it costs extra money. You know, they trust you with the truck. You know, at least bring it back to where you got it from. So anyway, he has a rider permit sometimes. When I'm able to, me and him spend time together, I ride with him. So, yeah, excuse me till I'm smoking. Because I'm actually ticked off myself. Anyway, so they cut his card off because he was sick. And for about a couple of days he was sick. And there's the Big G, maybe you can see it, that good Big GExpress in the background. Anyway, he told him, he said, look, I'm going to go do something different. You know, I appreciate everything that you've done, the opportunities you gave me here. I'm going to miss everybody. Truly, you know, I'm going to miss everybody. And they told him, you know, well, can we get you to stay? We don't want you to go. And they told him, no, you know, my son's asked me to go to work for him. I'm going to go to work for him. It's family. Da 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 da. So anyway, the night people at Big G, a man named Sean, he calls Sean, tells Sean, look, I'm almost on empty. I need some fuel to get the truck back up here to Mount Juliet. Not Shelbyville, but Mount Juliet. That's where I picked up the truck. I'm quitting. I gave you my week's notice, or 2 weeks notice. Okay. Well, sit right there. They canceled your card. Just sit right there. Okay. Sean calls back and sits there and goes, look, you're not authorized to drive this truck. Shut it down and call Jason. Come in the morning. Jason is a good dude. I've talked to him personally. He's a real good dude, real down to earth. If this would have been Jason, it wouldn't have played out like this. But this is Sean, and he's a little smart bud. Try not to cuss. So anyway, we didn't shut it down because we got to catch the Greyhound here in about 45 minutes. We got to be in Nashville. I got an Uber on the way now. So anyway, we come on. Everybody knows, you know, hey, he's quitting, he's bringing the truck back. You know, that was good out of him. At least he didn't make us come and look for it or get somebody down there to drive it, you know, extra money. Oh, no. No. About the time we get in the gate here at Big G in Mount Juliet, there's a message that comes on the Qualcomm. But it ain't, as you know, you cannot read your message while you're going down the road. We get pulled in here, we get parked. I'll reach over and I tell my dad, I said, look, we got a message. I'm gonna see what it is. This is the message. I got pictures of it. I'm going to be putting it up. I'm not going to edit this video because I want to get it up, get it, in a hurry. So anyway, this is the message word for word. We asked you to shut it down. I'm calling the Tennessee Highway Patrol. Wherever you are, shut it down. If you continue to drive your truck, you will be arrested when they catch you. Arrested for what? He's still by law employed till he gets here. They told him, look, you're still employed with us till you get here and you turn everything in, you sign your separation notice, you're still an employee with Big GExpress. If you change your mind and you still want to stay, no big deal. Take and tell us, we'll get you a load. So anyway, that's my wife calling. Hold on. So anyway, I didn't write back. I didn't do none of that. I ignored the message. For one, I know for a fact they can't arrest him for driving the truck. Hold on 1 second, y'all. Call Morgan. She's calling me. I'm doing a video.
Okay.
Anyway, I know for a fact they cannot arrest my dad. He's blowing smoke up my dad's butt, basically. So anyway, this is not the only incident with Big GExpress. The fella that I mentioned, Jason, real good dude, real good. Only problem is Jason don't stay around that much. I really think he's looking for another job. Big GExpress has went way down, way downhill. It's not like it used to be, y'all. If you're thinking about coming to work for Big GExpress, do not do it. Okay. Put it in a nutshell for you, and I'm gonna wrap it up with this. Everybody knocks on and puts down Swift, Snyder, JB Hunt, people like that. My dad has got 52 years of truck driver experience. It's all on paper. That's not, oh, that's when I started, or that's when, I got my license. No, it's backed up by paper. You could pull his NVR. If you could go back that far, it'll show it, but it shows up on the logs. He's kept his log back when they run 8-hour logs. He kept up with them. This is all documentation. It's all documented. There's no lie about this. 52 years experience. Okay, they started my dad off 48 cents a mile. Just to get a rough estimate, 42 cents a mile. They started him off at 42 cents a mile. Okay, he calls Swift. Swift begs him just about to come to work. Look, what can we do? We want to put you in our truck. We want to get you, would you be interested in being our trainer? You got the years, you got the knowledge, pass it on to the younger generation. Would you be a trainer? Look, we'll start you out at 51 or 52 cents a mile. What do we got to do to get you over here? Dad being dad. Let me think about it. So anyway, that was 2 years ago. Big G calls him and sister and says, hey, you know what, we want you. My dad has a thing. He likes to be home every other weekend. Not every weekend. Work 2 weeks, come home, and spend a weekend. Big GExpress promised him the moon and the stars. Look, that sounds good to us. We could do that. You work 2 weeks, we'll get you home on that second weekend. No big deal. No big deal. That's how we run things over here anyway. So anyway, I talked to another driver before my dad went to work with Big GExpress. I asked him, how is it? How's the pay? How's your home time? I told him about the 2 weeks on, weekend off. He looked at me like I was lying to him. His eyes bugged out when I said every other weekend home. For a weekend. Okay. He gets a message on the Qualcomm. This is how we do it. For every week worked, you get a day and a half off. For every 2 weeks you work, you get 2 days off. That is a Saturday and a Sunday. Their agreement was, I gotta put my hoodie on, it's freezing out here, y'all. It is cold up here. I'm sorry about it being dark. But anyway, for every 2 weeks, you get 2 days off. That was not the agreement. I know it sounds cheesy, I know it sounds corny, but I was there at his orientation with him. When he asked him, he said, look, y'all said, I work 2 weekends. I work 2 weeks and I get off. I get off a full weekend, which consists of coming home on a Friday evening and either leaving out late Sunday afternoon or first thing Monday morning. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We could do that. Yep, that's how we do it. Until he got hired and he got up under his first load. When he got up under his first load, he was gone for 3 weeks, 2 days. Okay. After those 3 weeks, he come home for 2 days. He come home on a Sunday and a Monday, and he went right back out first thing Tuesday morning. Okay. That time, he was home. He was gone for 4 weeks. It just got to going up, going up, going up, and going up. And I know people's going to sit there and say I'm lying. I have the e-logs to prove it. Don't ask me how I did it, but I was able to hack it and able to get his logs. That's his personal information. If he wants it, by law, they had to give it to him. So anyway, this is all backed up by documentation. But what really broke the camel's back, as the old saying goes, is Sean. He was filled in on what was going on. It was not like he run out of his hours. He had 4 hours to drive. All he needed was fuel. And when he didn't want to put or turn his fuel card on to get fuel, like the people at Big G said they would do. If you need fuel, we want to get our truck up here. That's what we care about. Get our truck up here like we all agreed upon. We'll end it civil. No big deal. But I'm going to tell you, drivers that are looking at Big GExpress, when you join the Big GExpress team or family, as they call it, it's not family. They could care less about the drivers. They care about one thing: keeping that truck going non-stop. You take your 10-hour break and then you're gone again. That's what they care about. They do not care about your home time. They do not care about, oh, well, my wife is sick, I need to get home. They don't care about that. I've talked to several drivers over 2 years that have told me, I've told them, hey, my kids are sick, I need to get home. Well, we'll get you home this weekend. I can't send you home right now. It will mess you up on your miles. Like your family's not worth nothing. They want you to get your miles. Screw your miles. My family's worth more than that to me. But anyway. And this is not coming from one driver. This is coming from several drivers. Several drivers have stated, they have a policy. They'll tell you this in orientation if you make it this far. There was one dude at orientation, made it to the yard to pick up the truck, and he sat there and said, you know what? Excuse my language, fuck y'all. I'm not doing this shit. I'm leaving. Okay, you have to work with them 6 months. 6 months, mind you. because they're going to take and rent you a car to get you up here. They're going to get you in a hotel, and they're gonna pay for your meal while you're up here. It's not bad. I'm not knocking that. But if things do not work out, either something comes up they don't like, they're going to let you go. It's get home the best way you can. Adios. Okay, if you do not work the full 6 months with them and you end up quitting, or if they fire you, you have to sign basically a contract stating that if you quit or if they terminate you before the 6 month period, they will sue you for the car and for the orientation pay, and for your room and your meals. If you leave the truck and you don't get it back up here, which I agree with this, I'm not knocking the truck expense. If you do not bring the truck back up here, they're going to charge you $1.50 a mile for every mile that somebody has to go and pick up the truck. They're going to sue you, you know. That part I can see, you know. I'm in the middle right now of suing somebody that abandoned my truck. I'm totally down with that. You know, I can understand, you know. If you're going to drive somebody's truck, at least, and quit them, at least bring it back. That's what he was trying to do, you know. And they threatened to arrest him, have him arrested, and everything else, you know. Big GExpress is not what they make it out to be. It is not. So, we got to go. We got to get to Oklahoma. Y'all be good, be safe. We'll give y'all an update later. Peace out.